Hello, today's videos are going to be on retrieval practice, and this is based on the last few weeks of videos based on trigonometric functions. If tan theta is equal to 1 and cosine theta is negative, by the way we're talking about the same angle theta, then which of these four options is true or are true? Sine theta is positive, cosine theta is minus root 2 over 2, cot theta is equal to minus 1, or sec theta is negative. Well, let's look at the facts. If tan theta is equal to 1, we have a quadrant diagram, and we know that all the ratios are positive in this quadrant, the first quadrant. In the second quadrant we have sine as positive, in the third only tan, and in the fourth only cosine. Now if cosine is negative, then it cannot be in this quadrant because all the ratios are positive in the first quadrant. So it must be in, and it's positive, tan theta is positive, so the only other quadrant where tan theta is positive is in the third quadrant, and that's this quadrant. So if we were to, let's just include the angles now in our quadrant. So it's not in this quadrant here, but this is tan, let's call this tan 45, sorry 45, the theta being 45, so tan inverse of 1, which is 45. So the only other quadrant where it's positive and where theta is negative will be in this quadrant. And in order to get to this angle, we're measuring from positive x-axis in the clockwise direction, and this angle theta is minus 135 degrees. So it's not tan 45. Theta is not 45 degrees because cosine will not be negative in the first quadrant. In this quadrant it's positive, and the only other quadrant where it's tan is positive and cosine will be negative is in the third quadrant. And so we have 100 minus 135 degrees is theta, so theta is equal to minus 135 degrees. Now we need to answer, let's check the first option here. Is sine theta positive? Sine theta is positive only in this quadrant, so this is not one of the options that is correct. What about if cosine theta is minus root 2 over 2? Well, we know that theta is minus 135, and if you do cosine of minus 135 degrees, you can use your calculator for this. This gives you minus root 2 over 2. So this is the correct option. Now what about C? Cot theta is equal to minus 1. Well, we know tan theta is 1 and cot theta is simply 1, the reciprocal of tan theta. So that'll be 1 over 1 is equal to 1. So this is not correct. C is not correct, as tan theta equal to minus 1. What about sec theta being negative? Is that true or false? Well, what is sec theta? Sec theta is equal to the reciprocal of cosine theta. Let's write out where you can see it. So sec theta is equal to 1 over cosine theta. And we know that cosine theta, we've confirmed that, well, given that it's negative, so its reciprocal will be negative. And so this will be equal to 1 over some negative value, which will make it negative. So option D is also correct. So let's just recap. We're given that tan theta is equal to 1 and cosine theta is negative. It cannot be in the first quadrant because all the ratios are positive in the first quadrant. The only other quadrants where tan is positive and any other ratio is negative is in the third quadrant. And that gives us the secondary value of minus 135 degrees. And that allows us to work out what cosine theta is. When we put that cosine of minus 135, we get minus root 2 over 2. Cot theta cannot be negative 1 because the reciprocal of tan theta is just positive 1, shown here. And lastly, sec theta is negative. If cosine theta is negative, then the reciprocal of cosine will also be negative. And that's it. Thanks for watching this video. My name is Alistair. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.